Shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash, and of course, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, a great millstone who continue to push out this truth. All right. With the Holy Spirit. Salutations also go out to the Akim out there on the highways and byways across the four corners of this earth. Also pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity, trying to wake up the remaining hopefully elect. This is Naaman with the DC camp. And yeah, everyone's still talking about this old dried up so-called monarch that died last week. What can you say? Again, it's more and more coming out. And I'm going to show you countless a whole lot of articles. Everybody's like, she was not as loved as you were led to believe. Those that, I don't know, are somehow she was popular amongst whoever she was popular amongst. I mean, no. There's a lot of baggage. There's a lot of old wounds. And this is why she was alive. This is not something, because I heard someone on an interview a couple of days ago. And it was a Jake from who lived at one time in England. She was, I'm Jake. And she was talking about the legacy, which we're going to go into, of a colonialism because of the British Crown. And doesn't seem like that was too popular with the two reporters she was being interviewed by. But in any case, who gives a shit, right? So here we go. This is from The Guardian. And it says, a brutal legacy. Queen's death met with anger as well as grief in Kenya. In 1952, the then Princess Elizabeth was on a royal tour with Prince Philip at Treetops Lodge in Kenya. Unknown to them at the time, she would receive news of her father's death during that visit. Now, it should be known, we're talking about Kenya here. As you know, the former president, whom a lot of Jakes got fooled by, was from, his father was from Kenya, and he is, therefore, you are what your father is. But you got to understand, too, he is, all these motherfuckers are related on some level. I'm not going to go into that now, just so you know that. Young lady went in good on the topic on a TikTok video, how they're all related. There's only been, I think it's 19 families that are interrelated, and all your presidents, the majority of them, come from amongst them. Yeah. Shouldn't be that hard to believe, but it's been those families that have run this world for the last, going to, I think, 1400s at least, maybe the late 1300s. But anyway, back to here. So she's one of them people, all right, the so-called queen who just passed away, and her son, he's so that, hey, it still continues. That's why the Lord has to come back and break this shit up. It says, and the Forest Lodge would long be remembered as the place where Britain's longest-serving monarch went to sleep a princess and awoke a queen. Just 2 years after her visit, the Mau Mau, Kenyan freedom fighters opposed to British colonial rule, burned the lodge down. It was rebuilt in 1957, and older residents who live along the long and winding path to the lodge remember her second visit to the area in 1983 fondly, saying it had placed their neighborhood on the map. But Treetops was not open for the end of the Queen's life. It closed its doors last year after a dive in tourism during the pandemic. I'm going to skip on down. All right. Here's Prince Elizabeth and Prince Philip are greeted at the Treetops Lodge in February of 52. Yeah, the same Prince Philip, I believe he said he when he died, he wished he could be brought back as a deadly virus or something to that effect. Yeah, that piece of shit. Anyway. After the announcement of the Queen's death on Thursday, however, reactions in Kenya were swift. The country's leaders paid tribute with messages expressing great sorrow and a deep sense of loss, hailing a towering icon of selfless service to humanity and lauding her admirable leadership of the Commonwealth. Kenya's President Uhuru Kenyatta ordered 4 days of mourning as news of the Queen's death made the front pages of major local news and dominated conversations online. But many on the streets in Nairobi were indifferent or unaware of the news. Some younger Kenyans spoke of it in detached tones. To a number of them, she was a distant figure, better known through fictional portrayals of her on popular TV series such as The Crown. A wave of criticism also flooded online spaces. During her reign, British soldiers committed widespread atrocities against Kenyans at the height of Mau Mau uprising between 52 and 1960. Roughly 1.5 million people were forced into concentration camps where they were subjected to torture, rape, and other violations. Reports later showed the British had made concerted efforts to destroy and conceal official records of their brutal crackdowns. But where's the mention of this? All right, everybody was so that's why it's coming out now. All these things, and it's no. What? Let's take a look at some other. Let me see. I said I had a lot of. Let's see. Let's see. I'll come back to that later. That's something else. A Caribbean nation will vote on removing King Charles III as head of state, its PM says. All right. Jeff Bezos and Black Professor get into heated exchange over Queen's death because the Black Professor was like, well, let's get into it real quick. Yeah, everybody thought that. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Here it is. All right. Says Jeff Bezos is getting dragged over his response to Dr. Uju Anya, a black college professor who wished Queen Elizabeth II an excruciating death. The exchange took place Thursday after the 96-year-old monarch was placed under medical supervision in Scotland. Anya, who works in the modern languages department at Carnegie Mellon University, wow, that's we'll see if she's still there, reacted to the news by highlighting the Queen's role in colonial oppression. Of course, this is shortly before she was declared, dead. I heard the chief monarch of a thriving, raping, genocidal empire is finally dying, she tweeted. May her pain be excruciating. And of course, Bezos had to chime in, no, you shouldn't say that, blah, blah, whatever. Prime Minister of Barbados says King Charles, no, I got Coon there. Let's see. Cops shut down diner as owner celebrates Queen's death with champagne. All right, this is in Scotland. Let me see if I can. Let's see. That's the wrong one. I don't know. I keep getting. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it. The web version. Okay. Let's see if this is, it's going to give me a commercial. Hold on. Oh, it's an ad loading. Crap. Is this the one or is it? I don't know why it's taking a little longer to load. Wow. Let's see here. Damn, them ears look like you could fly away. Oh boy. That's not what I wanted. I apologize. Yeah, I was wanted to show you the interview where she was in front of. Oh man. But yeah, she was Jackie Pickett of Jackie Fish and Chip Shops in Warrior of Ord shared a video showing her popping a bottle. Maybe this is it. God, dang it. Anyway, so she was.
Statement from His Majesty the Queen. Sorry, a statement from His Majesty the King. You can see that even those of us who have followed
Enough of that. Anyway, I apologize, but let's see. Let's see. Share it with TikTok. Let's see if it's because I know I saw it. This I think Facebook. Shit. Because you know, like that asshole. I call him Toy Man because he looked just like that motherfucker. Facebook. Anyway, I apologize. But yeah, I just found out that, was it yesterday? Or was it today that they, some people that live close to that place, they vandalized it, broke out the windows. They considered what she did, total disrespect, which is what she meant. But again, this is, yeah, going back to all these articles I'm finding. Twitter takes down tweet. That's the one I just showed you. Giving you the order of secession. This is another. Let's see. After the Queen's death, many, and we're talking about Elamites, are demanding the return of the Kohinoor diamond. Let's see. Black Twitter reacts to Queen Elizabeth II's death and doesn't bite his tongue. It's time for the Queen to apologize for the British Empire. Wow. Let's see. And that's pretty much it on this. But let's see if I can find. Let's see. Hold on. I'll come back to that. Let's see. Not everyone mourns the Queen. For many, she can't be separated from colonial rule. The brutal legacy is what I'm reading to you now. Protester who called Prince Andrew sick old man because he got caught up in that pedo island thing with what's his name, Epstein, and the one that got locked up, Giselle, whatever her name, Maxwell. Called him a sick old man during Edinburgh procession, and they locked him up. Let's see. Anti-royal protesters are being arrested in the UK as the "Not My King" tag grows. A lot of people, and this might be some feminist bullshit too. Well, let's go into it. What do you expect? Here it is. Not my king. Alright, an anti-monarchy demonstrator protests outside Palace of Westminster in central London on Monday. Not my king. He is, and there is nothing you can do about it. In dramatic ways, the dynamic is playing out in real life. Police have made a series of arrests against people protesting the monarchy in recent days. Yeah, because these Edomites' kingdom is falling down. It's falling apart. This is beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful. It says, raising questions about the right to freedom of speech as the UK proclaims a new head of state to replace the late Queen Elizabeth. Don't you get it? They sense that they're going down. So, of course, everything's going to get tight. All right. Wait till around the beginning or the end of this year and the beginning of next year. Police in Scotland allege breaches of peace. All right. Someone yelled, "Let her go. It's free speech." All right. Others yelled back, "Have some respect." The woman, 22, was arrested in connection with a breach of the peace. All right. Similar reports emerged Monday, including one case involving a man who was seen being forcibly removed from a parade barrier after shouting at the royal procession leading to the cathedral. He was reportedly heckling Prince Andrew. He's a fucking pedophile.
Disgusting! Wait, I've done nothing wrong.
And you have, oh my goodness. Let's check this out. But hey, let's get a scripture. I've gone too long. This is what we've been out here on the highways and byways trying to tell you people. All right, who just say, let the past be the past and all this bullshit. And we talking about fucking Jake. The last people who've been royally fucked over by these so-called royals for centuries. All right. And they keep fucking with you. They got this movie coming out talking about the woman king. Yeah, this has some connections to that, you know. Because a lot of us are here because of them fucking bitches. All right. And you're going to celebrate. You got two white women, so-called. You got two Edomite women that are behind that shit. And they get how much more bigger head does a so-called Jake woman need? All right. And they they get emotional release, I suspect. All right, for manipulating our people like that. Let's see. I almost lost my train of thought. What was I gonna get? Oh, straight to the point. Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. You've enjoyed kicking our people in the ass for so long. You just think that, well, it brings scriptures to mind. Ecclesiastes 8:11. You just thought that the Most High is with you, and you know, because what you got away with for so long, you just consider that the Most High is on your side, and that's not the case. You're looking at it all wrong. All right, you got to look at it from the perspective of a parent and his children. All right, I'm gonna punish mine. That should scare you. Hebrews 12 start at 6 and go on to around, well, we can get that after I finish this. Thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Most High Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And you can't handle it because you've gone out throughout the world for centuries and you've portrayed this image to the people. They were under this spell, and that's what's happening now, that Isaiah 25:7 is covering cast over all the people is being lifted, and they're seeing, now this is some fucked up shit. You are some fucked up people. All right, they are the wicked, as we've been trying to tell you. All right, so you gotta have to expect too that they have to clamp down on media. All right, now you're seeing more instances of these schools now saying, well, we should take the Bible out. We should, you know, it's declared hate speech. But for so long, because you used that against us, the Lord's people, that was our book. You used it against us to say that we were beasts of the field and all this bullshit, when actually you're the ones, you're the low. You're the ones that are the base man, the base people. You cave dwelling pieces of shit. That's what you are. All right. Yeah, that's what you are. So I said I would get let's go to Isaiah real quick, because this is what's happening. They can't take it. They've, as Hillary Clinton put it in her race against Trump, they lost the information war. And what did which Rockefeller was it? He was the governor of West Virginia. He had made a statement years ago that internet should have never been invented. Was it J. Rockefeller? Yeah. Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. Yeah, it was a. Hey, you gotta give it up for the Most High. You know, it's like this devil is like he's being checkmated, and he still don't get it, and it's beautiful to be alive in this time because this devil has been getting away with so much for so long, and for the people, for our people that continue to not be aware of this. One, because this devil did an excellent job of convincing our people through miseducation, misinformation, through various channels. You know, that Islam shit is a big, oh, wow. Those people, it's like, I'd rather talk to a tree or a wall. But that's a stumbling block. They still under that impression that the Bible is a white man's book when it's not, because they still believe in so-called white man. They don't understand his biblical nationality if they were to. But again, this is the Most High. You don't want them. All right, you've been blinded on purpose. All right, but in any case, let's get back to the articles. Let's see. Let's go back here. Yeah, so this kid, here goes kids. You're right. There's never a good time to confront a known pedophile for their actions. Let's see. Oh, crap. Did it to me again. Anyway, it says that in London, a woman was led away by 4 uniformed officers on Monday after holding up a sign reading "Not My King," which has become a trending hashtag near Westminster Hall. There you have it. How often have we tried to tell, out there on the highways and byways and through various social media outlets, primarily YouTube, but we're having to branch out now because YouTube, all right, is anti-truth, all right. Protester says he didn't disrespect the late Queen. The UK adopted new laws on protests this year. How convenient, don't you think? The arrests highlight individuals' troubles with the authorities, but large groups have also chosen or been forced to change their plans due to Elizabeth's death. Extinction Rebellion had for months planned to hold a large protest in London this past weekend, dubbed the Festival of Resistance. But after the Queen died, the group postponed its plans, saying that occupying Royal Park at this time would not be practical. Blah, 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 blah. But the thing remains, these people, the earth itself, the people are tired of the so-called white man and his antics. All right. The very earth itself is tired of the so-called white man, whose biblical nationality is Edom. Edom. All right. He is destroying the earth, and we know through the scriptures, all right, what happens when, let's see. Let's see. Gotta go to Revelation 11. In Revelation 11, chapter 11, verse 18, the nations were angry. Can't you see this now? There's protests and have been protests going on for years, especially the last 2.5. All right, because of you know what? Shame you got to watch it because of the algorithm here. All right, that's another thing you got to be careful of now, because what I say about being anti-truth, you have to watch your words now. Free speech. Yeah, right. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So after all that Pookie and Ray Ray and, you know, the shit that you hear about in the hood, which is, you know, let's call it what it is, Jake's self-destruction. Jake isn't out there causing oil spills and, you know, stealing people's life savings and all kinds of cons, and on a huge scale. The WEF, the World Bank, all these thieving organizations that have a lock, all right, and have nations in abject slavery. Jake isn't doing that. People see this. They see the games being played. But it's so sad that our people, by and large, do not see it. That's why a lot of our people have got to go. All right? All you hear is petty conversations when I'm on the bus. That motherfucker talking about football games and all this shit. And it's like, you're not even aware of what's fucking going on beyond your neighborhood. It's so fucking sad. All right? And it makes you mad. All right? But in any case, let's see, what else do I have? Anything else? Let's see. Now I think that is. Yeah, sorry, Charlie. After Queen's death, some nations poised to shirk British rule. John Oliver, brutally. Let's get this one before, and this professor here, John Oliver. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot about that. I didn't mean for this video to go this long, but John Oliver brutally mocks Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles III, and Liz Truss. After laying into new Prime Minister Liz Truss, whom he referred to as Margaret Thatcher if she were high on glue. Damn. Last week, tonight's John Oliver took on the death of Queen Elizabeth II on Sunday night. The British comic, who is also a U.S. citizen, was addressing comments Truss made about a proposed windfall tax on oil and gas companies in order to help offset skyrocketing energy bills in England. When asked about the tax, Truss delivered a rambling response saying in part, "I don't think profit is a dirty word. The fact it's become a dirty word in our society is a massive problem." And he goes on to say, "What the fuck are you talking about?" exclaimed Oliver. Look, I'm just going to say this, and you may not like it, but it doesn't make it any less true. The nicest thing the Queen of England ever did for anyone was die the week that woman became Prime Minister. Because for at least a week, she's not going to get justifiably destroyed for answers like that. He then continued, "Look, things are pretty fucking bleak in the UK right now. This fucking guy is about to be on all the money," pointing to a photo of King Charles III, "and morning TV is now basically the Hunger Games," alluding to a segment where hosts were spinning a wheel to pay for people's energy bills. Damn. But don't worry, Britain. Your future is now securely in the hands of dollar store British Leslie Knope here. Everything is going to be fine. Damn. It says, and look at here, it says, King Charles III's reign may be one of the shortest ever, says royal expert. Donald Trump was Queen Elizabeth II's favorite president. Meghan Markle appearing to be ignored at Windsor goes viral. Rude. No, they don't like you. And the fucked up part about that is, this is a fucking, appears to be an Edomite. They don't understand nationality like they think they do. Ethnos, genealogy. Meghan Markle snubbed by Queen mourner who ignored the Duchess's greeting. Now you're getting to see how they really feel about, you know, why Queen Elizabeth II will be buried in a lead-lined coffin. Yeah, and there's so much going into this, you know. But yeah, these people are not. Nobody really like. I mean, you got a few idiots that into that royal shit. Let's play this real quick.
Discuss this. The idea that there were people, we just had an historian say that there are many people who are queenists. They're not monarchists. They liked her. They're either bored with the institution or think that it needs to change, or aren't going to be that into the next king. Give us your evaluation of that.
I think that's wildly overstated, frankly. I think when you look at all the opinion polls, we're about 80 to 85% in favour of having a constitutional monarchy, whoever's on the throne. So I think this is extremely overdone, frankly. Rather, I'm afraid to say, as your introduction was, if we had given so much pain to people throughout history, why was Charles chosen by every single Commonwealth country, many of which are former imperial countries, as the head of the Commonwealth? We abolished slavery.
Hold on a second. Andrew, are you really denying what I just said about British colonialism? Are you really doing that, Andrew? Are you really doing that?
We abolished slavery.
Andrew, this is not a propaganda show. Andrew, I need you to stop. I need you to stop for a second. I need you to stop for a second. Are you really taking issue with the horrors of colonialism, Andrew?
I'm certainly taking issue with your remarks about slavery, which we abolished 32 years before you did, and we didn't have to kill 600,000 people in a civil war over it.
So you think that's fine, that there are people all over the world who were born in colonial countries, because when I was born, the British Empire still existed. That's okay for everybody to think.
Which country were you born in?
Kenya.
Right, and the Kenyans not only supported the appointment of Prince Charles, now King Charles, as the head of the Commonwealth, but we've just had a fantastic statement from the President of Kenya saying what a wonderful thing
and the President of the United States is going to attend her funeral. The fact is...
So why on earth do you want to concentrate on only the negative things of an institution which is 100 years ago
now? Trying to get out of it, you know. Shameful spewing on thy glory. All right, there you go. All right, I'm gonna cut it there. Hey, time's up, Esau. You know, you thought you were gonna get away with it. You thought the Most High was with you, and He's not. All right, He is not. You're done. Hey, so with that, until the next video, Shalom.